Through 5 episodes, Secret Invasion has been a shaky ride for MCU viewer, and its conclusion is rapidly approaching. Ahead of next week's series finale, the penultimate chapter continues to raise the stakes of Gravok's war against humanity while also providing answers to some of the show's biggest questions. In Harvest, all roads to the end become clear as Gravok's plans, and his true nature, are revealed in full. Ever since the second episode, when Geo discovered Gravok's scheme to create super Skrulls through the splicing of superhuman and extraterrestrial DNA, a growing mystery has surrounded the so-called Harvest and why it's so crucial to Gravok's ongoing genetic experiments. In this week's installment, Gravok's top lieutenant, Pagan, finally reveals what the Skrull resistance has been looking for. Although the existing Super Skrull formula has already granted Gravok the ability to transform his arms into massive tree roots in an instant and survive a bullet to the face, the Harvest represents the mother lode of samples for the Skrulls, the DNA of the Avengers. As Nick Fury explains to MI6 agent Sonya Falsworth late in the 5th episode, the Harvest was collected via the spilled blood of the Avengers during the Battle of Earth, the climactic battle against Thanos in Avengers Endgame. On Fury's command, a team of Skrulls, led by none other than Gravok, disguised themselves and infiltrated the battlefield in the aftermath to retrieve the samples. Fury speculates that this DNA acquisition ultimately inspired the creation of Gravok's Super Skrull machine, and Sonya comes to the correct conclusion that Fury, who assembled the Avengers, is responsible for the current conflict. Despite having an arsenal of shape-shifting Skrulls at his disposal, Gravok has never been a big believer in subtlety. After the failed assassination attempt on the American president in Beloved, the Skrull general adjusts his plans. Since it is no longer an option to pin the ambush of President Ritson solely on the Russians, Gravok pushes the new angle that the attack was a joint effort by the Russians and the Skrulls. He goes as far as directing Rava, the Skrull pretending to be James Rhodes, to hand over the location to the resistance base, New Skrullos, and to advise the president to waste little time in bombing it. As Gravok sees it, by endangering the lives of humans and Skrulls and threatening the potential start of World War III, he'll have the leverage he needs over Fury to make a deal for the Harvest. What Gravok actually wants out of all of this, however, has become less clear over time.